What's up, family? How y'all doing? How everything going with y'all? For sure. But you know, this message is only for the chosen ones tonight. All right. All right. If you're not a chosen one, you might want to scroll off my page. You might want to scroll off this channel and go find somebody else because it ain't for you. All right. And it's real talk. If you here just to monitor, you're a monitoring spirit and you just want to monitor and you got an evil eye, you might want to scroll off this page because you're going to get your feelings hurt today. All right. You're not really strong enough to take what we finna drop. So you might want to go scroll on somebody else and go monitor their stuff, but your monitoring spirit having ass. All right. But if you are somebody who got a good eye and you are looking for something good and you trying to find out something good and you are that type of monitoring spirit, I welcome you in. I want you to stay because there's something you might need to see. All right. Now for the beings that don't have the job title, all right, to monitor the spirits on the face of this planet, those that are really in the game, all right, those that are really playing this game in real life, all right, those that are really playing this game in real life, this message is for you. All right, this is a channeled message. This message is coming from somewhere higher than within myself. Yes, it's coming through me, within me, but I am just the messenger. All right, so do not make it seem like I'm the message. I'm giving the message. And yes, this message does apply to me as well as it applies to we. First and foremost, let me say this. We welcome you all to the Real Network. We're over here. We keep it real. You are now tapping into the real realm of reality. Well, over here, we keep it capital R's, real, for we can see through our hearts as it was from the start. Now, with that being said, I want to let you know something. If you are a chosen one, if you are someone that is dealing with the supernatural abundance of the spiritual overflow, then there's a message for you right now, today. This message that is meant for you is only for you. It's not for nobody else. All right. I want everybody to put this message is for me and only for me. All right. This message is for me and only for me. That's right. This is a personalized message. All right. Now, this message that you are about to receive, okay, is something that you probably have heard once before, but it's time for you to hear it over and over and over again because now you are about to be able to truly understand why you've been hearing what you've been hearing. Now, for all the people who get lost in information, for all you information junkies out there, all you want to do is know shit but don't want to apply that shit to your life, it's time for you to do something different with yourself. All you want to do is learn, but you don't execute what you know. All right, so it's time for you to take some baby steps, some practical steps, and create some tangible things that you can begin to work with and bring into the physical existence because playtime is over with for those that is playing with you. See, playtime is not over with for you. Playtime has just begun for you, but playtime is over with for those that's been playing with you, but you don't want to hear me though, huh? You want to keep on letting motherfuckers play with you that don't have the past to play. You want to keep on letting people play with your energy and they don't have rights to play with you. But because you didn't authorize the power that you had, all right, it is as if you bypassed, okay, it gave them the permission to play with your life. But nobody can play with you no more because playtime is over with for them. And playtime just began for you. Now, I want you to know the arena that you ought to be playing in. I want everybody to put, what arena should I play in? I want you to know the arena, all right, that you ought to be playing in because, see, everybody got different arenas that they play in, and you need to know yours. I want everybody to ask me that question. Ask yourself that question. What arena, right, should I play in? All right? Right. What arena am I meant to be in? What arena should I play in? All right? So this arena that you should play in It's called the arena of the anointing. The arena of the anointing. Put that in the chat group. The arena that I should play in is what? It's called, titled what? The arena of the anointing. I really, really want you to understand how I'm using these information, because I want to use your mind. I want you to use your mind to visualize this arena of anointing. This arena of anointing is only for the anointed ones. So in other words, you cannot play with somebody who does not have the anointing. This is why certain people do not align with your reality. They have to be on the outside looking in. They have to be in the stands watching you play. They have to be on the sideline cheering for you or against you as you play. Only the anointed ones have the ability to play in this arena. If you do not have the anointing on you, you will not be able to play this game. How do you know if you have the anointing of the divine over, in, as, of your life? Over your life, in your life, as your life, and of your life. How do you know? First and foremost, you don't. First and foremost, you don't know. You just naturally have it. First and foremost, the truth is, I didn't even know I was anointed. I didn't even know I was anointed initially. I just didn't know. But as I began to play in this arena of the anointing, I began to look at those that was on the sidelines in the stands. I began to see those that really wanted to be in the game, right? But they really weren't in the game. Some of these people in the sidelines was bringing other people popcorn. Some of these people in the sidelines was boo, hoping your ass fail and hope you lose. Some of the people on the sideline was, yeah, woo, yeah, go, hoping your ass win and win the game. But I want you to understand that when you begin to play this game, the very first thing you begin to realize is that you was in the game. And there are people that wanted to be in your game, but they weren't in your game. Now, this anointing began to reveal itself to you through you. Put that in the chat group. Because you didn't know you was anointed. Initially, you really didn't. You discovered that you were anointed. So this anointing began to reveal itself, all right, to you, through you. All right. This anointing began to reveal itself to you, through you. Okay. So when you went on the journey of self-discovery, self-realization, self-acceptance, and self-preservation, you begin to realize that you had something that you've always had from the very beginning. Okay, and like my auntie Lily said, all right, it was more of a remembering. All right. And because you were able to become a member of Ray again, you begin to recognize or recognize, listen to what I'm saying, how well you generate and how well you operate and how well you dispense energy through this anointing. G-O-D, generate, operate, dispense. Once you truly begin to remember the anointing power that you naturally have, all right, you begin to generate, right, operate and dispense this power. Now, here's where things get tricky. You're not supposed to be playing with individuals that are not in the arena of anointing. You're not supposed to be playing with other individuals that are not in the arena of the anointing, because they don't have the anointing. So because they don't absolutely have the anointing, they must play on the anointed ones. But the only way that they really can play is with your permission. Well, what if I didn't give them permission and they were playing with me last time? Remember, you didn't really know you was anointed. So it was as if you gave them a bypass to the byproduct of you being anointed. And because you are now in the awareness of knowing or remembering, as Lily said, about your divine anointing, now you are in control with who you want to play with. And I'm telling you, it's not about who you want to play with, it's who you should play with. Put that in the chat group. It's not about who I want to play with, it's who I should play with. You should only, and you really should only play with those that are in the arena of the anointing. Your brothers and your sisters are your cosmic mothers and fathers, right? Your collective aunties and uncles. Those are the only beings that you should play with. It's not about who you want to play with. Sometimes you want to go play with a dirty dog piece of devil. Yes, you do. Knowing damn well that don't mean you know anointing. My wordplay. Knowing damn well that don't mean you know anointing. But you want to go play with a dirty draw. Yes, you do. You know that don't mean you know anointing. In fact, a lot of them think they can steal your anointing. You ain't hearing me. They think that if they just have a piece of your anointing, that their entire life, right, will be noticeable. You know, because the anointed ones are highly noticeable. Put that in the chat group. I want y'all to pay attention to this message. Put this in the chat group. The anointed ones are highly noticeable. Put this in the chat group. I am highly noticeable. So certain individuals just want your anointing, and they think that if they have a piece, just a small fragment, a fragmentation of your anointing, that they will be what? Highly noticeable. It's called passion, baby girl. Let me give you some wisdom. All you got to do is cut the volume down on your phone, and it won't sound like I'm screaming to you. It's called wisdom. I just gave you some wisdom. But to answer your question, it's called passion. You don't ask the people that make touchdowns on the football team when they make a touchdown while they scream. You don't ask the people when they shoot the 3-point shot on the winner buzzer while they scream. You don't ask Serena Williams when she hitting the record, while she scream. It's called passion. I hope you find you some. And I hope it elevates you to use more of your power. That's called wisdom that I just gave you. I'm not mad at you. I just gave you something that you should use as a divine masculine to a divine feminine, if you divine. Cut the volume down. Damn, that's all I had to do. It don't even sound like he's screaming if I cut the volume down. Once again, there are individuals who feel that if they have just a piece of your anointing, that their entire lives will become noticeable. What I'm trying to tell you is the reason why your life is shining so bright is because of the invisible light. Put that in the chat group. The reason why my life is shining so bright is because of my invisible light. You ain't hearing what I'm trying to tell you one more time. The reason why my life is shining so bright is because of my invisible light. I'm gonna give y'all some time to put that in the chat group. I'm gonna give y'all some time to put that in the chat group. Now let's delve, all right, into why we ought to be, why we should only be playing in the arena of the anointed. Let's deal with that real fast. For all you strong warriors out there who love to play, it's time for you to play with the real warriors, because the real warriors are people that's like-minded, not people that want to steal your light. Them ain't real. Them are cowards. Them are cowards. Cowards hide behind the light. Cowards don't stand out. They try to what? They try to blend in. We're not called to blend in. Chosen ones are not called to blend in. We're called to harmonialize. And once you harmonialize, you stand out. You ain't called to blend in. No, you're not. Chosen ones don't blend. We don't try to, okay, I'm going to try to fit in with the human society. And then, as soon as they try to blend in, you know that they don't even look right. They act as if they're standing out. This is a form of exposing them, and only those who have the anointing are able to see why I should not play with that. I shouldn't play with that. I should play in the arena of invisible light, which my invisible light then becomes visible light to those who want a piece of something that they don't have. Oh, y'all not hearing me. Y'all not hearing me. Now, these individuals are not your enemies. But they are not your friends. Woo, say that again real. Because it's so hard for us to wrap our head around shit like this. These individuals who do not have the anointing, who cannot play in the arena of the anointing, they're not your enemies, but in the same instance, they're not your friends. I want everybody to put, it's a lot of vanity going on the face of the planet. It's a lot of meaningless things happening on the face of the planet. That shit don't mean nothing. And if you are anointed, and if you have the anointing, you mean something. You even mean something to nothing. You're not hearing me. You're not hearing me. Let me say that again. These individuals who are on the outside looking in, real talk. I told y'all this only for the chosen ones. If you're not a chosen one, scroll off this page. You're going to get your feelings hurt. I told you this and I mean this. All right? If you even have feelings. So some of y'all don't even fucking have feelings yet. You haven't learned how to develop right feelings yet because you're still trying to mimic the human consciousness. So you ain't even there yet. And if you're not there yet, you know, I don't know what to tell you, because you're a part of something that I'm trying to tell you that you already know, that you should know that you are and what you are not. And you might just want to scroll somewhere else and just go somewhere else. All right. Chosen ones hold the record for being the most authentic beings on the face of the planet. All right. Divine souls are the number one authentic beings. We are the essence of authenticity. So let me say this again. These beings that are inorganic, 90% of them are not your enemies. But in the same instance, they are not your friends. And because of this right example, we begin to realize that there is a bunch of vanity going on the face of this planet. The word vanity is symbolic to meaningless or nothingness. The chosen ones bear the record of always being meaningful. So you are very meaningful, and you're even meaningful to nothingness. You even mean something to nothing. Put that in the chat group. I even mean something to nothing. Put that in the chat group. I even mean something to nothing. Oh man, y'all not hearing where we going with this right now. Because you got to understand, we only talking about those who can play in the arena of the anointing. Everybody can't play in your arena. See, chosen ones, they have the ability to play in every arena if they wanted to. A chosen one can go and play in the arena of wickedness if he wanted to. A chosen one can go and play in the arena of peace if she wanted to. But listen what I'm telling you. Everybody can't play in your arena. Woo! You got to understand what the universe is trying to get you to see right now. Why you should only play in the arena of the anointing. Chosen ones have the choice to choose, while others don't have a choice to choose. Others have already been ruled over, and they're still being ruled over and controlled by something greater, okay, than the vessel that's being used itself. That's not the same for you. You always have a choice to choose. And you, as a chosen one, can choose to play in any arena you want. That's why you got to stop blaming motherfuckers for what you go through. You got to stop blaming everybody for your shortcomings. You got to stop blaming the government, society for the shit you going through. You got to stop blaming the goddamn NPCs and the motherfucking drones out. You got to stop blaming the fucking androids. You got to stop blaming the aliens. We know that they doing some fucked up shit. You know they fucking this shit up. But that don't mean you want to be blaming their ass all the goddamn time. They fucked up as it is. All you got to do is stop playing in that arena of fuck-ups. All you got to do is stop playing in that arena of fuck-ups. That ain't your arena to play in. Even though you can play in their arena, they can't play in your arena. So you ought to be understanding the dynamics of your arena. And your arena is the arena of the anointing. Because you are highly anointed, you ought to stay in your anointed lane. And you ought to only play anointing games. These are games that deal with affirmations. These are games that deal with high vibratory frequencies. These are games that deal with the collective consciousness being on the uprise. These are games that deal with the uprising of the human mind. These are games that deal with equal opportunity for your loved ones, my brothers and sisters. These are games that deal with healing, prosperity, wealth, and abundance. These are games that deal with authenticity at its highest expression. These are games that deal with truth, honor, and dignity for what is right, righteousness, in every good way regarding the anointing, the anointed ones, which gonna put your mind at a different state. Now you see why motherfuckers can't be good. They don't have the ability to truly understand what that anointing hits like. Come on, Free Spirit Rising. GG's. Guard games. I love that. Come on, Free Spirit Rising. Come on, Lily. Don't do us like that. That was too right. That was too right on point right there. Guard games. I don't know why I didn't think of that one, but it was given to me right through you. How do I know you have the anointing? Bingo, there you go right there. Guard games. We play guard games and guard games only. I want everybody to put it in the chat group. I have the mind of God expanding. I have the mind of God expanding. This arena of the anointing is, what up, Terry, is allowing you, all right, to truly understand how you ought to expand, okay, within the entire process of the spirit, and that is what we call the mind. Once you begin to know how to expand in the entire process of the spirit, then I don't have to play your game, but I can send you a message. Then I don't have to play your game, but I can create a rule for your game. Then I don't have to play your game, but I can draw a line in your game. then I don't have to play your game, but I can give you some directions in your game. You ain't hearing what I'm trying to tell you. You're not trying to hear what you're not hearing. See, that was expanding. That's a part of the expansion. That's a part of the expansion. You don't understand that side of it yet. Because the only arena that I play in, right, the real cheat card, that's right. The only arena that we play in is the arena of what, child? The anointing. So the anointing has the ability to be in reality a little bit, even if it's a game we're not playing. I don't play demonic games. I don't play the deceptive games. I don't play the manipulative games. I don't play, that's not my lane to play in. But because I play in the anointed arena, the arena of the anointing, I might have to expand some shit from here, and it might be a rule over there that say, stop deceiving. Stop manipulating. You're not doing nothing. You're just wasting your own time. You're not really making no progress. You're not really doing anything. You're only deceiving yourself. You're only manipulating yourself. Stop it. Warning. The end of your world is near. The end of your world is near. Huh. Stop setting up traps for people to be sick. Stop preying on the righteous. Stop preying on the anointed ones, because you're going to find the hard way that person was anointed all along. And when you do, all the good things inside of that anointing shall come into fruition. And when they do, there will be nothing that you can do to stop it, because they won't play your game. We do not play games that deal with fear. We don't play games of sickness, because in the anointing of the arena, we deal with good health. That's right. We don't compete. That's right, Lauren. We don't compete. And the excuse is, well, sometimes, right? Now, listen. I'm finna give y'all some. Do y'all want to go higher? Can y'all want to go higher in this conversation? Are we equipped to go be higher in this conversation? I asked that question because for those that say yes, that means your mind is expanded to the proportion value that we finna go higher. Do y'all want to go higher? Okay. There are beings. Listen. There are some beings right here, right now, that sit high and look low. They don't have the anointing, but they have access to it. Listen. All right, pay attention. Pay attention. Do not get scared. I'm trying to give you some real. All right, there are some beings, right, that sit high and look low. They don't have the anointing, but they have access to it. I want everybody to put, I'm the access. Hold on. See, you're not listening. This shit is like, I know it's blowing your mind, but you said you wanted to go higher. Because you wanted to go higher, let's go a little bit higher, and we want to shine the light where it's supposed to be shined at. Let's shine the light on. There are beings that sit high, right, and they look low, right? They don't have the anointing, but they have access to it. I'm the access. If I'm the access and I am aware that I am the access, then I got to watch my AXIS. I want everybody to put, then they got to watch my axis. Put that in the chat group. Put that in. Then they got to watch my axis. Listen, we going to talk. Listen, we finna talk. Put that in the chat group. Put that in the chat group. Now, what is the axis? The axis is an imaginary line. Imaginary. An axis is an imaginary line about which the body rotates. The access is an imaginary line about which the body rotates. So you are able to rotate out of those who think they have access over your anointing or access to your anointing. You're not listening. And the best way to do it is through what? How you imagine things. All right? So now you're saying, hold on. You mean to tell me that the powers that be that sit high and look low always knew that I had the anointing from the very beginning, and all they needed was access to it? Yes, but they also needed spiritual consent. And because you wasn't aware that you bear the anointing within you, you did not give consent, and you did not know that you did not give consent. All right? I'm talking about to those powers that sit high and look low. The moment you start giving consent to your ancestors, all hell broke loose. Somebody need to hear this message. Talk, spirit. Talk, spirit. Talk right from my soul. Talk right from my soul. The moment, listen now, you gave consent to your ancestors, you went right back into the arena of the anointing. You stopped all of those who sat high and looked low, who didn't have the anointing but had access to it. This is what they really mad about, though. See, I want you to understand what they're really upset about. It don't have nothing to do about the car you drive. It don't have nothing to do about the job that you don't have. It don't have nothing to do about how much money you make or how much money you don't make. That's phony baloney, materialization. We going higher than your desires right now. It don't have nothing to do about the boyfriend or the girlfriend you got. It don't have nothing to do about the good health in your body or the sickness in your bones. It don't have nothing to do about how financially stable and well that you are. It don't have nothing to do about none of that shit. It has everything to do about the access of your anointing. When you cut off access from some individuals that don't truly appreciate what the divine has given you. Whew. Let me say that again. When you cut off access from individuals who don't appreciate what the divine has bestowed upon you, you cut off the way you rotate with that individual in the imaginary plane, in the mental plane. You cut off the way you gravitate. Okay, you cut off the way you, right, reevaluate. You cut off the way you assess your access. And you only cut it off from those individuals. You're not hearing me. You're not hearing me. You only cut it off from those individuals. Now, is this a hate message? Does this mean that I hate the motherfuckers? No. Is this a message of war and wanting to be against them? No. Is this a message of them being our enemies? And no. This is a message of me being self-aware of the anointing that has been given to me and who I should utilize my anointing with. I want everybody to put, this is about being spiritually regrouped. I must be realigned once I understand that my access has been what? Limited to those who do not what? Appreciate my anointing. So I must go deal with those that are in alignment with unlimited access. And those that have the unlimited access are those that play in the arena of the anointing. I want everybody to put this in the chat group. I give unlimited access of my anointing with other anointed ones. I give unlimited access of my anointing with other anointed ones. I give unlimited access of my anointing with other anointed ones. I give unlimited access of my anointing with other anointed ones. I give unlimited access of my anointing with other anointed ones. I give unlimited access of my anointing with other anointing ones. And I want everybody to put, I limit my access with those who do not appreciate my anointing. I limit my access with those who do not appreciate my anointing. I limit my access with those who do not appreciate my anointing. I limit my access with those who do not appreciate my anointing. So in between those two lines deals with my imagination, deals with my axis points and how I rotate, how I begin to move, how I begin to spiral, how I begin to orbit, maneuver, navigate within my imagination. So I really want you to be able to understand that what you ought to be doing right now at this very moment is understanding how to discern those that appreciate your anointing and those that don't. Because the line is so thin, it's so hard for us to tell the difference when we're living in a world full of vanity. Y'all understand what I'm trying to tell you? Y'all understand what I'm trying to tell you? The line is so thin, you can think somebody appreciates your anointing and they despise your anointing. This must mean I have to learn how to imagine my discernment and they despise your anointing. This must mean I have to learn how to imagine my discernment and my discernment. This must mean that I must learn how to imagine my discernment instead of trying to discern my imagination. Oh my gosh. I know that went over some of y'all head, but that's what we do. Sometimes we be trying to discern the things that we are imagining. Is this for me? That ain't what you're supposed to be doing. I need to imagine my discernment itself. I need to separate myself from my discernment and become the observer of my discernment. And once I become the observer of my discernment, I can see how my discernment discerns for itself. I am not my discernment. Put that in the chat group. I am not my discernment. My discernment has a power within itself. Oh my gosh, we talking to something. Now, you don't have to rationalize with how you feel. You can just go with your move. You don't have to say, should I go left or should I go right? I'm going straight. You don't have to think about, oh man, I feel bad for talking to that person like that. No, fuck you, get out of my way. In the spirit, and I don't have to say that with my words. Fuck you, get out of my way is I'm limiting my access to you. I don't have to say fuck you verbally. I don't even have to think it. But the way I move, you're going to see that I don't give two fucks about how you feel about my discernment, because you have no appreciation for my discernment. And if you have no appreciation for what I discern, you have no appreciation for my imagination. And if you can't appreciate what I imagine, then you can't appreciate my anointing. Because my anointing in the arena of the anointing will only imagine good things for all humanity. My anointing within the arena of the anointing will only imagine love and peace, harmony, good health for all human beings. My anointing will only imagine beautiful, lovable, high vibrational things. This is the arena that I play in every day. But because you can't play here, you can't stay here. And because you can't stay here, I choose not to grant unlimited access of my anointing with you. I bid you not Godspeed. I do not love you, but I do not hate you. I don't God bless you, but I do not hate you, but I do not love you. Just as vanity as you are, that's where you shall stay. You shall stay in the realm of nothingness. Therefore, the only duty that I can fulfill is to teach you something. Oh man, y'all not hearing me. Y'all not hearing me. But I'm not teaching you anything from the unlimited, all right, awareness of the anointing. You will have to learn through your own vanity. You will have to learn through nothingness. But remember, if you are anointed, even the anointed means something to nothing. All right? This will put you in a better playing field. Because even those that are anointed, they bring meaning. All right? They mean something to nothing. Keep that in mind. All right? Because I don't want y'all to take this message and say we don't deal with them ultimately. I don't want y'all to take this message and be like, oh, we them at all. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we're supposed to be limiting how we fuck with them. We're supposed to be putting a limit on how much we associate ourselves with these things, and even how much we disassociate ourselves with these things. Right. So don't take this message as, oh man, fuck everybody, cut them all up. No. That's not what I'm saying. There's going to be times when your anointing has to lead by example. There's going to be times when your presence alone, right, the invisible light is going to let your life shine bright, and they're going to have to see the beauty of the divine within you come to fruition, or how it operates, or how the magic begins to work inside of the light. I want everybody to put the inner workings of my life are for all. All right? Put that in the chat group. The inner workings of my life are for all to see. One more time. The inner workings of my life are for all to see. All right? We gotta make it plain now. All right? They shall bear witness what the divine is doing through you, whether I like that or not, whether you like that or not, whether they like that or not. Because the inner workings of your life are for all people to see. And it's for all beings to see. Birds, butterflies, caterpillars, insectoids, mammals. Because a lot of those animals got the anointing in them. A lot of them insects hold the anointing in them. They are just controlled, all right, by those who have access. Listen. Listen. The birds, right? The animals, the insects, the trees, the herbs, all of that has the anointing in it. But they are controlled by those who don't have the anointing, but have access to the anointing. Y'all not hearing me. I'm going a little too hard right now. I'm going a little too hard right now. Spirit wants you to know that you're supposed to be the one with the anointing, controlling those that are anointing. Things that have the anointing, it's supposed to be within your hands, within your rulership, within your authority, within your imagination, within your confinement, within your reality, within your grasp, because you will appreciate it more. You're supposed to own all the banks. Because you would make sure that people don't have to pay an arm and a leg for fruits. You should be the new next relationship coach. Because you're going to make sure that anointed people have sex and have children with anointed people. And bring in anointed souls. You should be over the healing. You should be over the hospitality. Hospital is supposed to be hospitable. Because you would heal somebody from an ailment for free. You won't make an excuse. Well, you know, things cost. We got to pay for this. We got to pay for that. No. The earth has the anointing. And because the earth holds the anointing, that must mean that the earth is fruitful and the earth is plentiful. And if the earth is plentiful and if the earth is fruitful, that must mean that there is life inside of the fruits. What up, bro? There's life inside of the fruits. And if there's life inside of the fruits of the earth, that means that there's a light inside of it. And light is another word of information. And when you put this right information in your form, then that must mean that it is in alignment with the mind, the body, and the soul for the process of healing and speeding of the acceleration of energy, which means you do better, you feel better, you have better, and nobody should be charged for that shit because the earth didn't charge me for it. All I had to do was put in some work, but I wasn't charged for it. I had to make a choice, but I wasn't charged for it. I had to put the seed in the soil. I had to till the soil first, till the ground first, understand what season it is, put the seed inside, and then the earth did all the fucking work herself. I just have to do a little minor maintenance and have observational skills. And my observatory skills allow me to understand that this don't really work itself, just like my anointing does. Y'all not hearing me though. This stuff really works itself, just like my anointing does. Y'all not hearing me though. So Spirit says it's your season. It is your time. It is your alignment to call back the unlimited power of those who have the anointing just like you. The only way to really do that is to play in the arena of the anointing. Stop playing with those who are not anointed. They got their own arenas. They got their own processes. They have their own controls. And the only difference is, although they can't play in your arena, you can play in theirs. That's why you got to make the choice. They can't come in the arena of the anointing. It's a hedge of protection. I want everybody to put the anointing has a divine hedge of protection around them every day. The anointing has a divine hedge of protection around us every day. Period. You don't have to ask for that. That's what you have. That's a perk that comes with you being anointed. Now they upset because you limited your access. And because you limited your access and you gave access to your ancestors, you walking around with the awareness knowing you divinely protected wherever you go, right? Don't you? You walk around with your head up. You don't walk around with your head down knowing you divine. You got a hedge of protection around you. Now it makes sense. That's right, Lacey. It's a package deal. That don't even make sense for me to run around knowing I have a divine hedge of protection around with myself and then have my head down. Be all timid and stuff with my protection, my hedge. I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to really. I don't want to show everybody that I'm divinely protected. I mean, you know, I don't want to be divinely protected right now. I mean, it don't make no damn sense. Key word, y'all: divine hedge. Everybody, even they got a protection over them. Even they are protected, but it ain't divine. It looks as if it's divine. It's very structured as if divine because they coined it off of the anointed ones. Right? They got all of the right true intel about how great the anointing is, and they have to tap into the divine to really truly understand how it looks. Come on, Lord. Come on, Lord. Come on, Lord. Because they had access. Woo! Lord been paying attention. Because they had access. your divine hedge of protection, right? Stay in line, stay divine. That's right, that's right, that's right. Come on, Moxie 333. Come on, brother. Right? Your divine hedge of protection, all right, is for you to understand that once you begin to stay in your arena and play in your arena of the anointing, all right, with other anointed ones, then your challenges will become different. Oh my gosh, you're not understanding. I want everybody to put my challenges will become different. You're not challenged by the same challenge that you was challenged with before you was aware of the anointed power that you had. You got a whole different challenge. You got to hold it. Your challenges are different. Your opportunities are different. All right? Your ways are different. What up, color of humanity? Once your challenges become different, all right, this is a direct line, all right, tied within the mind that my mindset is different. If I have different challenges, that means I've been thinking different thoughts. I've been feeling different emotions. I've been in a different arena. Some of y'all, all you got to do is limit your access to those that don't have the anointing but had access to it. Limit it. I didn't say cut it off completely. Yes, you might have to cut some of their ass off. You might have to cut off the arenas that you're going to play in. You might have to cut that off. But there is a certain limit. You still want to have gratitude, kindness. You still want to, how you doing? Show love, make them laugh. Be because you're authentic. But when it deals with you trying to explain to them how great the divine has been, what the divine has been doing through you, when it comes to you trying to prove your divinity to the next person that does not appreciate it, that's foolishness. That's egotistical. And it's not wise to waste your energy and to waste your time on beings that do not truly appreciate what God, what the divine, what the universe is doing through you. Therefore, all they have to do is learn. And they're going to have to learn in a limited way. They're going to have to put this in the chat group. Some people must learn the limited way. Put this in the chat group. I'm cooking right now. Some people must learn the limited way. Some people must learn the limited way. Okay, Z666. It's just how they must learn. Because if you gave them everything about who you are at one time, based upon what they think they already know, all they'll try to do is have access to your anointing. And they'll want to use you and utilize you for their own selfish agenda. That's all that would be. Wow, this person has the anointing. We can use this anointing for our own what? Selfish agenda. Nah, we don't gotta spin the block. We're too busy understanding our axis. AXIS. We always spinning. We always spinning in the spirit. Why I gotta spin the block when I'm spinning in the spirit, when I'm spinning in the spiritual realm? So now you are saying, okay, all right, I get it. Now I know that there's, right, you say, oh, no, they can't. No, they can't, Synergy. I get what you're saying. All right, so now we begin to realize that there are some individuals, okay, that we must limit our anointing or access to our anointing with. All right. And we understand that there are other individuals that have the anointing like we have, that we must render unlimited aid and assistance with the access okay, that we have as anointed ones, anointed brothers and sisters. Now let's talk about how to understand the arenas. Because I'm going to tell you something, and I really want y'all to pay attention to this. All of the chosen ones, naturally, all right, will land a foot in every arena. As a chosen one, you probably didn't stepped into every goddamn arena. You just stepped into the arena of death. Yes, you have. You just stepped into the arena of infidelity. You just stepped into the arena of heartache, pain. You just stepped into the arena of manipulation and deception. All of these were traps. You just stepped into the arena of ill health. You just stepped into the arena of the dark night of the soul. You just stepped into the arena of you name it. So now you must understand how to not play and how to play when you step into certain arenas. You only can play in one arena. So you have certain, what we call, right, talents, all right, within your arena. These talents are personified today or are commonly known today in the modern term of what we call gifts. So every anointed one is highly gifted. Put that in the chat group. Every anointed one is highly gifted. See, this anointing is not yours, but through you, all right, in you, as you, of you, and by you, you are the possessor of this anointing as you're in this physical vessel. And every anointed one is highly gifted. You are so highly gifted that your gift will act as a 4-bit quantum computer process. This is what you call artificial intelligence. All right. This is today what we call AI is a 4-bit quantum computer. This means that it has the ability to process, right, eons of information in a matter of seconds. It has the ability to create algorithmic outcomes before they happen. But it's only moving at light or what we call what is symbolically equivalated to light speed. So this is how highly gifted you are. The only difference between you and that 4-bit quantum computer is that your gifts come from the 5th dimension and not the 4th dimension. Your gift comes from the 5th dimensional plane, which means that there is an unlimited amount of right potential that you can tap into beyond a 4-bit quantum computer processor, which means that when you step into these arenas that you are not to play in, you still have to use your what? Your talents and your gifts, because that's what you always play in your arena. You see why I said that everybody cannot play in your arena, but you can always step into other people's arena. Now you're not playing in their arena. Now I want you to understand, you're not playing in their arena because you have to have a mutual respect. As a chosen one, if they can't play in your arena, even though you can play in their arena, I advise you not to, because the feeling of respect is something an anointed one should always cherish, right? The attribute of respect is something that an anointed one should always respect itself. So just like, people can't play in your arena, although you have the power to play in somebody else's arena, I advise you not to. The feeling should be mutual. So what happens when I step into an arena that I'm not supposed to play in, but the odds seem like they're stacked against me? What should I do? It's simple. I want everybody to put, I must utilize my gifts. Hey, peace and love to everybody. Shout out to all of the goddesses, all of the kings, and all of the queens, and even the finest of human beings. That's right. To your own souls be true, and may the ancestors, that's you, see us through. And it ain't no secret. Y'all tell them how we like to keep it real. Ayy, capital R's. Ayy, real, for we can see through our hearts as it was from the start. Y'all, until next time, stay divine and stay aligned. Big love. I see us in the land of prosperity, love, health, wealth, abundance, and even money. Asheo. Peace.